Welcome back to the Baltimore FlockCast, the number one Baltimore Ravens podcast in the world. Man, that Browns game, it was another stinker, for lack of better words. Not the best performance that we wanted from the Ravens, but a W is a W. Let's not harbor on this. Let's just move forward. We'll address the rust that we've been seeing from Lamar. We'll address the line issues and how we're going to solve it. Welcome back. This is being recorded on Wednesday. Love doing episodes on Wednesday because it's really when you get the feel for what's going on injury-wise with the team. You don't have to sift through some of the, I guess we could call them fake practice designations. I know they're not going to like that word fake, but let's be honest, they're fake. So let's dive into the injuries. I did hear on Twitter and just around from the Ravens reporters that today was Veteran Rest Day, but it's odd because I can't tell if it was like a joke because we did have so many veterans miss practice. Yes, a lot of these guys did have injuries before, so maybe it is a joke. I'm not too sure, but either way, I did see from multiple people them calling it Veteran Rest Day. Regardless, I'm going to give you guys the designations that were attached to each player. But it would feel good to know that this is Veteran Rest Day. And I'll be honest, at least with Lamar, I'm going to tell you with full transparency, I think this is one of those Veteran Rest Days. He's just been a little bit too banged up, and he's sitting the day. Let's start from the top. They said Lamar has an ankle injury. That's something new. It was a hamstring. Now they're saying ankle, so that's a bit troublesome. That's definitely a reason to hope for this actually being a Veteran Rest Day. We also have Kyle Hamilton. It said shoulder and groin for Kyle. Roquan Smith was his hamstring, which is an injury he had previously, so hopefully this is rest as well. Rashad Bateman, his ankle. We knew about that one, so that does make sense. Then it said Ronnie Stanley illness. I don't know if you guys are in the same predicament here, but it seems like just about everyone in Maryland's getting sick right now. So I 100% believe that one of Ronnie Stanley. And if you guys are sick out there as well, like most people in Maryland, I think this is something he could play through. Yeah, it's rough, but he'll be okay. He makes millions of dollars. We also had Andrew Voorhees, his foot, Isaiah Likely, calf, and Keenan Martin with his ribs. That's a lot. I'm going to pray that this is more of a rest day, something they were kind of just taking slow, saying, hey, we've been getting beat up recently. We're on a win streak. Not saying we're going to take the day off, but let's be honest. Guys been getting beat up. You have the Browns, or not the Browns, I'm sorry. You had the Browns last week. You have the Jets ahead. Give some guys a day off, especially if they're feeling a little beat up. Good news on the injury front. Marlon Humphrey coming back from finger surgery. He practiced. It was a limited practice, but still Marlon is back. And also Justice Hill practiced in full with his toe injury. So he is back as well. With Marlon being limited, I'm going to say there's a really good chance he plays this weekend. If I had to put a number on it, I'm going to say it's about a 75% chance. I'm going to say Marlon Humphrey is likely to play this weekend. Yes, him being limited on Wednesday should warrant more fear, but just this quick turnaround from him and them saying it's only a 1 to 2 week injury, I'm going to believe that he's coming back this weekend. Let's get to Lamar. I don't want to waste any more time. It's looked kind of weird since he's come back from injury. A lot of people are saying he doesn't look the same. He's not running like he used to. He's not taking these chances. Is he hurt? What's going on here? Calm down, everybody. Let's talk about it. I don't think it's rust. If you guys just look at numbers, just going off of how many times he's been sacked, we're not even going to talk about times he's been hit because that's a whole different argument. But times he's been sacked over the whole span of his career, we're going to go over the average per game. So 2018 was 2.3 sacks per game, 2019 1.5, 2020 1.9, 2021 3.1 sacks, 22 was 2.2. Look at that. 23 2.3. Man, look at that numbers. 2024 was 1.3, and then 2025 this year 3.2 sacks per game. Sorry to spit all those numbers at once, but I don't know if you guys noticed this. This is the most he's ever been sacked in his career for going off of sacks per game. So Lamar's never been hit this much before. Everyone's heard it from their uncle, or just themselves, rather, if you're watching the game. This line's not great. There's a guy that everyone hates, and we'll talk about him later, Faalele. He's really had some lowlights, but all these things lead to Lamar getting hit more. And sorry for my baby screaming in the background. Hopefully you guys can't hear it on the mic. We're trying to make it through this episode. But with getting hit a lot more, obviously he's going to be hurt more. Not if just talking about significant injuries, but just being sore, lingering, small little injuries. He's going to be feeling extra pain. Does that mean that just being sacked a little bit more is going to make him play worse and run less? No, I'm not saying that, but maybe this is a reason why we've seen a different Lamar recently, at least the past few weeks. The guy's been getting beat up, for lack of better words. What can we do? I mean, there's not much we really can do because deadlines come and go. Ben Cleveland, I've said this so many times in this podcast, but Ravens fans seem to forget. Ben Cleveland's not starting for a reason. He may start a few games soon because Faalele is absolutely terrible. But Ben Cleveland's not going to really fix anything. Ben Cleveland's not good either. So it's not going to get much better. But we just got to hope and pray that Lamar will stay healthy and just return to his former self. Yeah, as I said, low lights for Faalele are terrible. I tried to stand up for him in the beginning of the year, but man, it just keeps getting worse and worse every week. But as I said, he's still playing and still our starter, at least for now. And I guess we just got to trust the experts here. If they decide that Faalele just is our starter for the rest of the season over Cleveland, it's obviously for a reason. They're the experts, they're the coaches. They know what they're doing, regardless of what you and your uncle think on the couch. But how can we improve the guard position going off for the off season and next year? Let's get some hope in this podcast, right? So I found two guys I would love to get. Hopefully we're drafting them at pick 32 after we win the Super Bowl. My guy here, so this is going to be Vega. Sorry if I mispronounced this, but Vega Lone. He's a guard from Penn State. He's 6'4", 334 pounds. He's a strong blocker at the point of attack with the ability to generate movement in the ground game. He's also stumbling my words here. He's also a reliable pass protector. He's explosive, can mirror pass rushers, and plays with physicality and has a little bit of nasty to him. So he has played a little bit of tackle as well. He's primarily a guard, but this guy is just an all-around stud for the Nittany Lions. This is the number one guy I want to get guard-wise in the draft. Really would love Vega to be a Raven. We also have Luke Kendra. So he's a guard from Cincinnati. 6'4" as well, 323. So these guys kind of have the same build, which is pretty cool if you notice that one. But yeah, 6'4", 323. So he might go a little bit later. It might be like a late first, second round, maybe even to the fourth. Depends. Guards are weird in the draft. But Kendra is a tough guard, scrappy player, got a strong build. He's really good in the run game, and he's also a pretty good pass blocker, but he's more known for his run blocking. Cincinnati's a fun team this year with Brendan Sorsby, so he's been doing the damn thing with Brendan. Yeah, these two are names to remember. I don't know why. It seems like right now, maybe it's just me, but there's been relatively no talk about mock drafts or draft season. I know we're far away, but I feel like we at least get a little bit more on social media, from the pundits, from everyone. And I haven't been really seeing it, so that's why I wanted to throw you guys two prospects. I know they're linemen, but it's something we need badly. So Chidobe Awuzie definitely proved his value this weekend, proving that cornerback depth is always needed, and we learn that every year. I feel like for some reason we always just have mass casualties, terrible injuries with our corners, and then we learned this year, Jair, don't know what's going on with him. He got traded away to the Eagles. Now he's stepping away from football for the time being. So very happy we landed Cheetah Bay. We talked about him this summer. This guy's really turned into be one of our X factors, holding us down this year with Marlon getting hurt. Big fan of Cheetah Bay. Also, one of the coolest names in football. So I'm trying to burn through this one because I see my grandma is calling. But is this streak BS? I heard some people trying to bring this up on social media and a few of the Ravens circles. Because you look through our win streak, we haven't played the best teams. Yeah, the Bears are good, but really, out of all the teams we played in this streak, the Bears probably the best team. I'll be honest, it doesn't matter how good or bad these teams are in the streak because we're winning games. We're turning the ship. We're getting morale better. The guys are coming together. I mean, and regardless, we're catching up to the Steelers. Forget all the coach talk and the filler words. We're catching up to the Steelers, and if we beat the bad teams, it's a win. Good team or bad team, a win's a win. And think about previous years. Don't want to bring down the Flacco era, but it always would seem like we'd lose to the Browns at least once, where they'd be terrible, but somehow they'd just find out a way to beat us. Every win counts, especially this year when we start 1-5. But now we're back at 500 and stuff's looking good. But I will be honest, we will find out truthfully how good we are because these wins haven't been very flashy. Yeah, we don't have the hardest schedule to end out the year, but there is a few games that are definitely pretty hard. Like I know we got the Patriots and the Packers on there. Those two alone will be a little bit of like a playoff preview, and I guess you could say possible Super Bowl preview playing against the Packers. But it doesn't matter regardless if those teams were bad. The culture is shifting. The wins are racking up. That's all that matters. This week we got the Jets coming to town. I said that earlier. Got Tyrod Taylor starting in a bit of a revenge game. He started his career here in Baltimore. One of my favorite backup quarterbacks in Ravens history. I wish Tyrod the best, but I don't think we're going to get a fantastic performance from him or the Jets. The team is a bit of a dumpster fire. That's all thanks to Woody Allen running the helm there. I feel like I want to be more conservative because the Ravens have really just been in a stinky cloud recently. But it is the Jets at the end of the day. But I mean, who do we have to worry about? Brees Hall doesn't even want to play there anymore. Tyrod's starting a quarterback. I mean, I love Tyrod, but let's be honest here. What am I thinking? And Quinnen Williams is gone too. Man, Sauce Gardner. This team's depleted. This it sucks because I really want to say this should be our bounce back week for the offense where we lay a hammer like 40 points. Let's say, all right, I'm going to go heart pick here. I'm going to say my heart tells me we win 40-13, but I'm obviously not going to go with that. My prediction, maybe just that's like the fun one. For being logical here, I'm going to say Ravens take this 30-10. That's still winning by 20 points, putting up 30. Man, that is a lot. But it's the Jets. That defense is terrible, and they've lost their star players. No one wants to be a Jet anymore. I'm sticking with it. 30-10, Ravens win. Another W stacked in our column. And man, before we depart, I got to say, it's going to be interesting. On Thanksgiving, we're playing the Bengals. Might not be seeing Flacco in town because Joe Burrow practiced, and he was a full participant as of today in practice on Wednesday. So keep that in mind. But thank you guys for stepping out to another episode of the FlockCast. We'll see you next week after we beat the Jets. Like, subscribe, give us 5 stars, whether it's Spotify, YouTube, Apple, anything. Thank you guys.